Okay. I want to do an unboxing. Yeah, it's essentially an unboxing of what Ark Worlds will look like when it is done. So now what I'm doing digital printing, and digital printing is different from offset printing. Normally, if you were to get a game from the publisher, this would be coming from offset printing, which is what they do when they want to produce 1,000, 1,500, many thousands of copies of a game. You are right if you think that you cannot produce an offset game for $500. But Ark World is not offset print. We're using digital printing. And you can order a single deck of a digital printed game. One second. As such. And so, that is what Ark Worlds uses. Ark World uses digital printing, not offset printing, but I like this particular digital printer. I use them for Kepler Run, and I really like how that came out. So what I'm gonna do is an unboxing of a game that doesn't exist yet, because I have digital printed copies of this game, so I can see what they look like, and I'm going to show you so that you can get an idea of what the print quality looks like on the digital printing of Ark World. Would I consider offset printing? I don't know. Possibly, maybe. For Ark World, probably not right now, unless the numbers got really high for some reason out of the blue. I'm probably just gonna do digital printing in order to just get it out there to you guys. And yeah, I'm not really worried about profit right now. I'm more worried about giving games to people who want to buy them, to prove that I am a good deliverer of things and responsible with your money. And I think that's super important at this stage, and that's more important than having even pizza money to make off of that. So anyway, I've been talking too long for an unboxing video, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get to the boxing, so let's go. This is it. Now, I think this box is kind of cool. It looks kind of understated and mysterious. I don't like the way that the color popped on this, so I would probably redo this. By comparison, when they did Kepler Run, this is how they did it. So see how much brighter and poppier Kepler Run is than Ark World. This is a custom box by the same company, so I would probably lean more towards having this pop out a little bit more against this black. But you know, I'm open to ideas, so if people want to give feedback, go for it. This is the conversation, that's why we're here. If we open this up, then what you're going to get inside is the cards, some tokens, some cubes, and a dice. Which, if you watch the playthrough, you will know that I feel like the dice destroyed me that game, so we'll kind of see how that works. Tokens, there's nothing too special about these, or the cubes. They're pretty standard fare. You have seen them a million times in other board games that you have played. So, you know, nothing to see there. So the really cool thing here is the cards. Okay, so these are tarot size cards. They're 2.75 by 4.75. When you get the Superior Smooth, you get this nice, snappy, glossy looking print. I like them. Obviously, this is not a good indication of what the color looks like because I haven't drawn this piece of art. But I think that the color comes out a little bit, I don't know, just nicer. There's just a nice on the Superior Smooth paper. So we're going for that stretch goal, which is about $4,000, which, you know, we still have 2 weeks to get that far. And if we get that Superior Smooth, we get this nicer paper with a little bit better color depth. Not to say that their standard paper is bad. It's, you know, industry standard, so it's still a blue core. It's still snappy. It still feels good. I just want to shoot for that Superior Smooth if we can get there. So to give you an idea of what the cards that come in the box, you have your kind of team setups. Each team is going to have a couple of basic minions, a tower, which I swear to God I will do art for, I promise. And this little card here, which will have like your phases, your tower damage, and it will let you know what goes around it like that. You're going to have one of these for each team. And so then this is the blue team. I'm gonna play around with mirroring them. Right now, the blues and the orange go in the same direction, but I think it would be like really cool if the orange or, you know, one of them went one way and one of them went the other way so that they're facing off in the lane. I thought that would be pretty sweet. I was a little bit worried about readability because, you know, these were designed to be kind of iconographic. The siege towers, the hammer, the spear for the sages for the ranged minions, and the sword for the basic minion. And I'm a little afraid that by flipping this image, then the kind of the iconographic weapon that they're holding ends up under all the symbols. I'd rather, you know, go for clarity and playability than the coolness of having them face each other. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. Okay, moving on. The jungle minions. So you have your zealots are like your super minions. These cards are really cool. These are the grubs, and grubs allow you to draw cards. So they're kind of like going into the jungle and getting that extra resource to build towards levels. It's like if you were a jungler, you go into the jungle, gain a couple of extra levels, and then use that level advantage to come back out and win like a gank or whatever. So getting a grub is an easy way to get like that little like resource advantage on your side of the board. And then grubs become economy, so you can then use grubs to buy more cards later in the game. So they're actually pretty cool. And then you have the 3 bosses of the game, which is the big baddie, the Hive Queen, the mid baddie, the Guardian, and the Minotaur. The Minotaur is probably going to be nerfed a little bit, and the Guardian is going to be buffed a little bit, so that they're kind of going to a smooth line. But yeah, you know, and obviously still working on that piece of art. I'm going to colorize it, but I actually like the feel of that card so far, so I'm happy with where that's going. All right, cool. Moving on. I am clearly not going to go through every single hero in this game, but just to give you an idea of kind of the color quality and the feeling of the cards, and I don't know, I just want you to know what you're buying. I want you to be aware of what you're purchasing with the digital prints. I was actually pretty happy when I started painting that one. That guy took me a long time to come up with a concept that I liked. I had a lot of really bad drawings for him. A lot of this art, what's going to happen before it gets to you is there's going to be some final touches. I really like, you know, these were illustrated by EJ De La Cruz. So it's really weird. EJ did the backgrounds, and then he did the values, the black and whites of these characters, and then I colored the characters. And so the last stage I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pass over every one of these drawings to more balance the character into the environment, right? Like I kind of, like he looks fine, but like everything's kind of like equally bright. Everything's just bright, 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 bright. So there's no like lighting tying him into the situation. So that's the last thing I'm going to do on there. That's the old art for Shadow, don't like it. That's the new art for Long, still working on it. Really like it. Cool. Marduk's cool. Ning is cool, she was another hard one. Hane's cool. I went through a lot of iterations on him to get him where I wanted, but I like where that's going. And yeah. So that is what you get in a box of Ark Worlds. That is what a $24 print-on-demand game gets you. So, as it stands right now, if I were to make 100 copies of the game, you know, we'd be well within budget to make 100 copies with the regular standard blue core paper, and then remember that shipping will be pulled in my pledge manager, and the pledge manager that I built just for Impossible Game Labs, and so we're well within budget for all that stuff. But I really want to push towards this $4,000 thing. I think I have the stretch goal set at $4,500 to get to that superior smooth. I'd like to do some spot UV on the logo and stuff like that, and I think that would be really, really cool. I also have some characters who are work in progress. If you'd like to see that art, let me know and I'll show you guys. But just remember that it's like really in progress. Some of them are just sketches and drawings, and you know, some of them don't even have sketches yet. But those would be those would be offered as an add-on. And so probably what I'm just going to do is like just a little tuck box or something with the 10 or 15 cards or characters or whatever that don't make it into the base game. Okay, cool. So I think that covers everything. I don't want to go on too long. Don't want to ramble too much. So hopefully that you like it. Hopefully you like the way it looks and you think it's a neat looking product, because I think it looks and feels really cool and you basically can't even tell that it was digitally printed, which is what I love about it. So until next time, this is Orion. Peace.